In the 57th episode of the A.S.A.P Tech News, we talk about the new AMD Radeon graphics card drivers, EVGA announces their new X570 for the win Wi-Fi motherboard, Be Quiet announces the Lightwing's ARGB fans, and Antec announces the Dark Phantom DP31 Micro-ATX case. We start with AMD and their latest drivers, now at version 21.11.2. This driver is released before the upcoming launch and early access of Battlefield 2042. This driver is also set to deliver up to 14% increases in performance in Battlefield 2042 at 4K ultra settings on a Radeon RX 6900 XT graphics cards, up to 15% increase in performance in Battlefield 2042 at 4K ultra settings on a Radeon RX 6800 graphics cards, and up to 11% increase in performance in Battlefield at 4K ultra settings on an RX 6700 XT graphics card. There are plenty of known issues as well, such as in the game Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy, some users might experience driver timeouts, some users may experience elevated disk space consumption by the multimedia Athena dump folder. While playing PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds with multiple displays connected in extended mode, Radeon software might become unresponsive when the user is in the lobby and attempts to open up the Radeon software on the secondary display via the context menu. Enhanced sync might cause a black screen to occur when enabled on some games and system configurations. Radeon performance metrics and login features might randomly report extreme high or incorrect memory clock values. So this driver is in typical fashion adding some performance while also either adding issues or not fixing existing issues at all. We continue with EVGA and their new X570 for the win Wi-Fi motherboard. This is the second motherboard in the history of this company that has an AMD socket, the first one being the EVGA X570 Dark. However, while the X570 Dark is made for extreme overclocking, the X570 for the win Wi-Fi is aimed towards the general public, which includes both workstations and gaming systems. The X570 for the win Wi-Fi has a 15-phase CPU VRAM design which is cooled by proper heat sinks made from aluminum and feature cooling fins, which is a far cry from the basic solid metal heatsinks used by other manufacturers on most of their motherboards. This motherboard has a total of 3 M.2 Gen 4 sockets available, the top socket being directly connected to the CPU socket. The motherboard also has 8 SATA 6GB ports. Other features found on this motherboard include the Realtek ALC-122.0 codec, paired with an SV3H615 headphone amp on the onboard audio side, and of course, this board has Intel Wi-Fi 6. In terms of the design, the X570 for the win Wi-Fi looks great, with no pointless plastic shapes attached to its structure or out-of-place RGB elements. This motherboard looks exactly like any other EVGA made motherboard since the dawn of time. Everything is black, with a few gold accents here and there. The X570 for the win Wi-Fi motherboard is available for purchase right now for about $499 US, a mere $200 US less than the X570 Dark. However, it is still a lot for just a motherboard. And now we have Be Quiet and the first ever RGB fan that the company has made, called Lightwing series. In the grand scheme of things that relate to RGB as a system, Be Quiet was one of the last manufacturers that held on to not deliver RGB fans with their products or as a standalone product. But that has come to an end with the announcements of the Be Quiet Lightwing ARGB fans. The Lightwing series is in essence the same product series but with a rework fan frame to accommodate the addressable RGB ring installed at the front. The LED ring before mentioned uses no less than 20 individual addressable RGB LEDs, and these are installed behind a plastic diffuser. This type of system has been used before by other manufacturers, and thus why it's being used here. Sometimes using a system that has been proven to work well is the best way to approach an issue or a new concept. These fans will be available as a single product or as a triple fan pack. The pack, apart from having 3 fans, will include a dedicated RGB hub to control the RGB LEDs of all fans at once. The pricing will vary based on what variant of the Lightwing series you get. The cheapest model you can buy is listed at $26.90 or 22.90 euros, while the cheapest fan pack is listed at $79.90 or 69.90 euros. And finally, Antec has decided to announce a new Micro-ATX case, the Dark Phantom DP31. This is yet another basic RGB gaming case that adds little to the market in terms of the features. Does it look good? Perhaps it does, but it's nothing special about it. The only redeeming feature it has is that it's in fact a Micro-ATX case, and those are not that common as they were once. In terms of cooling, this case can accommodate up to two 120mm fans at the front, up to two 120 or two 140mm fans at the top, and has already pre-installed a 120mm fan at the back. For water cooling, you can install a 240mm radiator at the front or a 280mm radiator at the top. For pricing, this case has an MSRP of 59 euros, which translates to around $67 US. And this is the end of the episode number 57 of the A.S.A.P Tech News, one of the few tech news series which aims to deliver you the news as fast as possible for your convenience.